away we go.
Welcome to Get Tied On. My name is Michael Kipnis. I'm known in the racing industry as the Wizard. Today I'm going to talk about the Breeders' Cup Classic, which runs as race number 9 on Saturday. On Wednesday, the heavy favorite Sovereignty was scratched. He had an illness. They treated him with antibiotics, but there's just not enough time for him to recover to have run in the Classic. That leaves a field of 9. I'm going to go through the entire field. There's 9 horses entered. We'll begin with post number 1, Fierceness. Fierceness is trained by Todd Pletcher, who has 3 horses entered in the race. He has Fierceness, Mind Frame, and on the outside, Antiquarian. Fierceness rarely runs a bad race. In the same race at Del Mar last year, he chased a blistering pace only to be run down in the shadow of the wire by Sierra Leone, who he faces off with again today. The issue I have with Fierceness is not his ability, but the fact that he breaks from post 1. In his last 2 starts breaking from an inside post, Fierceness broke awkwardly, which compromised his chances. Even though he did break from post 1 last time out in the Pacific Classic and won easily, the only horse he had to beat that day was Journalism. This is a much deeper field, a bigger field, and that compromises his chances a little bit. But he gets a great pace setup and a situational one where he could stalk a rabbit in the form of Contrary Thinking and then take over and hope he can hold off the closers. But Fierceness will be your favorite in the vicinity of 9-5, 2-1. In post number 2 is Baeza. Baeza is a rapidly improving 3-year-old trained by John Sheriffs. John Sheriffs is no stranger to winning huge races in marquee events. He was the trainer of Giacomo, who won the 2005 Kentucky Derby, and the great Zenyatta, who won the Breeders' Cup Classic as a filly facing males. Baeza has steadily improved this year. He's never faced older. He breaks from a tricky post in post 2. He comes off a very sharp win in the Pennsylvania Derby. He narrowly was defeated in the Kentucky Derby in May. He certainly has an outside chance to win this race, but he will certainly have to step up his game a couple notches, facing hardened criminals and older horses this afternoon. Nevada Beach, trained by Bob Baffert, is a complete throwout. In post 4 is Contrary Thinking. Contrary Thinking was only entered in this race by Chad Brown, who has Sierra Leone. And Contrary Thinking is going to go as fast and far as he can to set it up for the closing kick of Sierra Leone. Without him in the race, the pace is not going to be as fast, which compromises that one's chances. So Contrary Thinking will have the lead to the far turn, and that will be it for him as the pace figures to be quick. In post number 5 is the Japanese Globetrotter, Forever Young. Forever Young is a remarkable horse. He's run 12 times with 9 wins. And if you average out his earnings in all 9 of those victories, it's over $1 million. He's just one of these great, well-managed horses. He's the Japanese version of Otani for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Both great. One is actually Forever Young is the equine version of Otani in Japan. He is tactical, rarely fires a bad race. I mean, actually, in all 3 of his defeats, he ran extremely well. In last year's Kentucky Derby, he was beaten ahead. Then he came back in the Breeders' Cup Classic and was beaten 2 3/4 lengths. He was actually up close to that very fast pace that Fierceness was chasing in the race won by Sierra Leone. And he only finished a length and a half back of that rival. Then his only other defeat was in this year's Dubai World Cup, where he finished third, beating 2 lengths. But that course in Maidan is speed favoring, and it still was a great effort. I he's going to be a major presence in this race. He's going to sit a good trip in mid pack, and maybe this is the year that Forever Young finally breaks through with a well-deserved win the marquee American race, and one that's being watched all over the world. I figure his odds are going to be in the vicinity of 7-2, 4-1 at the most. Sierra Leone, with Sovereignty scratch, Sierra Leone moves into post six, but he's program number 7. Sierra Leone is a one-run deep closer. He's going to get another fast pace to close into because his stablemate, Contrary Thinking, is going to act as a rabbit to help set up his late close. Sierra Leone dances every dance. He won this race last year. Turning for home, Flavien Prat will have him on the outside rolling, and he's certainly good enough to repeat in this race again. He's very sluggish early, so he needs to get a well-timed ride and not race in traffic at key points late in the race. But Sierra Leone just loves racing outside of horses, and he's certainly a danger. He's going to be in the vicinity of 4-1, 9-2. Mind Frame is the least fancied horse of the Todd Pletcher trio to me. In the Jockey Club Gold Cup back in August, his rider was thrown and he ran around the track without a rider. And not having a prep race since then worries me because he's spotting conditioning over some of the more fancied rivals in here. I also question his ability to be effective at the 1.25 mile distance. He's going to chase the rabbit early. He's going to run close to Fierceness and then make a move. I just think that the added distance could do him in the late stages. Journalism is a very, very consistent 3-year-old. In 10 starts, he's never been off the board. He's won 6 races. He was beaten on the square by Fierceness in the Pacific Classic. He likes to race in mid pack, and he always puts in a good stretch run. I didn't like the way he was ridden by Rispoli in many of his races, and today trainer Mike McCarthy is going to switch riders to Jose Ortiz. I just think Journalism has had a lot of hard races this year. I think he could be a little bit over the top. He still has to show he can beat Fierceness and other older horses. I really don't think he's going to win this race, but he's reliable to land a piece of the pie. In post position 9, but program number 10 is Antiquarian, the third horse trained by Todd Pletcher. He's a very interesting horse as he's lightly raced. His last 2 efforts are career best performances, highlighted by his win in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, which was a career best. He held Sierra Leone at bay in the late stages. He certainly, with another move forward, can upset this field at double-digit odds. I expect him to be in the 10-1 vicinity. The only reservation I have with him is that in the stretch, he cocks his head to the right, and he doesn't seem focused, but he still has so much talent. He's more or less a grinder that just grinds you down, a one-paced horse. But he's talented, peaking at the right time, and certainly will make his presence felt. So the way I see this race being run is Contrary Thinking is no doubt going to go to the lead, open up several lengths on the field, setting very fast fractions. Fierceness will get first run on him with Mind Frame stalking right outside that rival. Baeza will be sitting in mid pack. Nevada Beach will be up close, but his day will be done on the far turn. Forever Young will be on the outside, stalking 3-4 lengths in mid pack outside of horses. and journalism behind him. Antiquarian has a wide post, so he's going to be sitting in mid pack, hopefully not too wide on the first turn and into the backstretch. And Sierra Leone will take up the rear. In the stretch, Fierceness will probably have the lead, and you'll have to run that rival down. I see that Forever Young will be coming. So will Sierra Leone from the back of the pack and Antiquarian. Because I sell products for this race and the entire Friday and Saturday card, where I offer wagering strategies for each of the 10 races on Friday and all the races on Saturday. I cannot give out who I think is going to win the race and how to bet the race. You'll have to go to wizardracingsports.com to purchase my sheet, where I give exactas and trifectas and a win bet in the Breeders' Cup Classic. But I wanted to give you a really good analysis, a thorough analysis of the Classic today, so you are well versed in the background of each horse. Hope you like this segment. I'll be back, in big races down the road to do other segments of my show, Get Tied On. Thank you very much.